lovely ladies and handsome gents, once again to another episode of Talk to the Hand Reviews. I'm Both Reviews Lady, and today what I have is something that I thought was appropriate for, this time of year. I mean, a lot of people, I know a lot of fragrance and beauty YouTubers do this kind of thing. But I decided to do a spring to summer fragrances, sort of a transition from spring to summer fragrances video, because at this time of year, you're kind of going from the freshness of spring to the heat of summer. And to be honest with you, you can wear anything you want any time of year, but in general, people think, of the lighter, more floral, more citrusy fragrances for the spring and summer, whereas people consider the headier, stronger fragrances for the fall and winter. I don't really agree with that. You use it whenever you want, all year round. I'm from California, and I lived most of my life in Southern California before I got married and moved to Canada. And in Southern California, we don't really have seasons. So it was kind of like, okay, we have a little bit of seasons, but now I live in Canada, and I know what seasons are now. It's not the same at all. So like in Southern California, like some rules don't really even apply. Like don't wear white after Labor Day. They say like in Southern California, you wear what you want when you want. Is just kind of the way it is. But anyhow, I digress. So I just thought, I looked through my collection and thought of some things that are kind of light, like spring, but maybe a little bit also, a little stronger, more for the summertime. So without any further ado, here we go. By the way, how are you today? Today is going to be the full moon. I'll probably be putting this video out for tomorrow. And how are you faring on the full moon? Did anything weird happen to you? Or did anything great happen to you? Like, I think some really great things happened to me, but also some questionable things happened to me. So, it's a balance. Okay, number one. Oxford Bleu Femme from the House of English Laundry, over there with good old Christopher Wicks. This is kind of a strong-ish floral. I really consider this a little more of a summer fragrance, but it also has some of that really nice top freshness in it. And it's a sexy floral, I would say. I think probably if you like La Vie Belle, for instance, you'll probably really like this. Okay, this came out in 2019. The top notes are pineapple, melon, red fruits, citruses, black currant, and green notes. So I think probably what I'm smelling I smell some citruses. I think I smell some black currant in the top there. And then the mid notes are jasmine, violet, rose, orange blossom, lily of the valley, osmanthus. Yeah, lily of the valley and osmanthus. So probably what I'm smelling there is maybe some jasmine and some orange blossom. I think this is probably a lot of younger people would like this, but I don't think, if you're older, I don't think you should cross it off your list. It's a very sexy floral, yet that's very unique. And the base notes are vanilla, caramel, musk, amber, and sandalwood. I don't really get any of that from this. And I found the dry down is it's pretty true to the original sprays, the first few sprays. You're not going to get, this isn't really going to change that much on you. So yeah, English Laundry, Oxford Bleu Femme. Now this one I got in a set of 4, and that's a really nice way to try these because it's much more affordable. And I got this one at the set at Winners in Canada, and yeah, but if I went to buy this, it costs like $100 it's a full-size bottle, of course. This is a smaller size. But isn't that beautiful? Look at the cap. I know they have these too at like, I got the men's set at, I think, TJ Maxx in the States, or it might have been, Ross, one of those places. But yeah, it's a nice one. Don't sleep on it. Okay, moving on to number 2. Oscar de la Renta Rose. I love rose fragrances. A lot of rose fragrances don't really smell like rose. This one came in a little set of 3. I love this. I really would like to buy a full-size bottle of this. Isn't that pretty though? I just couldn't resist with these little guys. I used to work behind the counter in women's fragrances, but I also worked as a rotator rep, they call it, which is like a promotional person. I used to work for them for Oscar de la Renta. And when I did, this little tiny bottle only came, it was only in the pure perfume oil came in this bottle. But I'm glad that they've decided to, you know, put other versions in this little bottle. It's just so pretty. But yeah, I would like to get myself a full bottle of this. I just haven't yet, but it's a really pretty, it's a sophisticated rose fragrance. It's not like a sweet rose fragrance. It's not a sweet rose fragrance. Like another rose fragrance I have is Yardley English Rose, I think it's called. That's a really sweet rose, but it's really pretty. It's just a different thing. This is more, it's sophisticated. I think a lot of people would think this is for an older person, but I mean, if you're a young person and you like sophisticated rose, I think that you will like this. Come on, get up. Come on, move around. You know you've been sitting in that chair too long. Like me. Like me. Like me. Like me. Okay. So Oscar Rose came out in 2016. Oh, you know what? Another one of my favorite rose fragrances is Tea Rose from Perfumer's Workshop. I mean, that one to me is like, that is my favorite rose fragrance. It smells a lot like Jo Malone Red Roses. I know you're probably going to find Jo Malone Red Roses at the Sephora. That's easier to find than this Oscar Rose, probably, because most people live near Sephora. I don't anymore. I got to drive a while to get to one, so I'm not there very often. But 2016, the top notes are Freesia, Pear, Lily of the Valley. Freesia, Pear, and Lily of the Valley are the top notes. I think I smell the pear. I don't really smell the other things though, to be honest with you. And then in the mid notes, Damask Rose, which I have those in my yard, and yeah, I think I can smell some of that. That's the one that's used mostly in fragrances, by the way. There are other kinds, but the Damask Rose, that's the number 1. And the mid notes are Damask Rose, Rose, and Peony. So I don't know what other kind of rose, but they didn't specify. So it's those 3. I think I can probably smell all those things. I think I do smell peony. I got peonies coming up in my yard. I'm excited. I planted them. It takes like a couple years to get started. You plant them and then you wait. The next year nothing happens. And this is the 2nd year. I'm hoping that they will give me flowers. And if they do, you'll see them. So the base notes are musk, white woods, and white amber. So they didn't specify what kinds of white woods. But this one is it's just so pretty and feminine yet sophisticated. A lot like how original Oscar de la Renta is. It doesn't smell anything like original Oscar, but it's a really nice, it's a classy person's rose fragrance, I think. Yeah, I love it. Oscar Rose. This is not Rose Amore, that's different. How you doing? Okay, here we go. Number 3, Body Shop Strawberry. Now Body Shop Strawberry, they have a couple of these. They have this one and the other one. This one is the Body Mist, and the notes are different from the other one. This one says it was from 2014, and it's all one level of notes. No top, mid, no bottom. Strawberry, flowers, fruits, and dried fruits. Those are the 4 notes listed in this. Strawberry, flowers, fruits and dried fruit. So they were, you know, they didn't specify what kind of dried fruit, what kind of, you know, flowers. They didn't, no. You can just suffice it to say that we say it contains this. Okay, fine, I don't care. I really like it. Now this bottle is, it's broken. My sprayer isn't working, but it leaks out. Lucky me. But I really like this though. It really reminds me of, okay, I have wild strawberries that grow in my yard every year. And where I live, they actually even grow along the streets. So when I'm walking, taking a walk outside in the heat of summer, like in the hottest time of summer, you'll smell the strawberries in the air, and it's a smell of like warm strawberry jam. It's so neat. It's just so, I feel so lucky to get to, you know, experience that nature. And what that reminds me of is this guy. Now the other one, it only has one note, and that one note, they call it big strawberry. Big strawberry. This one only says strawberry. So you know how they are. It's definitely a different thing. So this one does have a little bit, I thought maybe it had vanilla in it, but it does not list any vanilla at all. So, but I get vanilla. I get some vanilla out of it. Other than that, if you really love strawberry, a strawberry fresh, springy, summery type of thing, I think you'll really like this. I love it. And I love most of the Body Shop fragrances that I have, that I've ever tried. I love them. Yeah. So yeah, Body Shop strawberry. Okay, number 4. Peace, Love, and JuicyCouture from JuicyCouture. I sure do love their bottle. Isn't that cute? Now this one reminds me of, this really reminds me of how, like, it's summertime or late spring and it's hot and you're outside. You may be out shopping in an outdoor, you know, bazaar, or you're, you know, at a baseball game, or you're just somewhere where you're out in the sun. It's a day, you're there to enjoy that weather. And this is like, it's just like it reminds me of how, you know, you have a cold glass of ice with a wonderful iced tea in it, or some iced coffee, anything like that. Ice mocha. There you go. Ice mocha. Ha ha ha. Ice mocha. I know you like it. Okay, but then you see the water, that condensation drip down the side. That's what this reminds me of. It's just so, it's so alive. It's such a lively, fresh, citrusy. It smells really citrusy to me. I don't remember if the notes are in it, but I shall tell you. Okay. Came in 2010, by the way. The top notes are hyacinth. I don't think I smell hyacinth. Cassis, red apple, Amalfi lemon. Amalfi lemon. That's what I'm smelling. I'm smelling that lemon. So see, it's like, yeah, there's something fresh, lemony, and almost sort of green. Okay, so hyacinth, cassis, red apple, Amalfi lemon are the top notes. The mid notes are red poppy, lime, linden blossom, they call it. Lime, linden blossom, honeysuckle, jasmine, and magnolia. Okay, I think I smell the magnolia. I think I mostly smell the citrus and the magnolia. And then for the base notes, musk, patchouli, and orris root. I think maybe I'm getting a little patchouli, but only a tiny chunk. There's a really like a spicy, a piquant something to it as well. Just a little sassy. It's a little bit sassy, you know? But I really like this, and I think this is, oh, it's just so, this is the kind of thing I'm spray all over myself when I know I'm going to be outside for a while. I just think this is just, it's just, and look at how cute. Look at how cute that bottle is. I really love their bottles. Do you love bottles? Do you buy bottles of fragrance just for the bottle? I mean, I don't really do that too much, but sometimes I do. I did that for my my Salvador Dali Dalissime. The bottles are so cool, you know, and they're made, you know, to look like artwork of Salvador Dali. So, yeah. So I think you might like it. You might already know it. You might have worn it. I just got around to this one. I didn't ever really have it until now. So there it is. JuicyCouture. Peace, love, and JuicyCouture. And also too, if you have summer or spring fragrances that you really like or that you think are great for spring or summer, feel free to write them down below, because, you know, it's interesting to me and it's probably interesting to other people too. All right. Okay, next up. I really like this one, and not only do I really like it, I have never smelled anything like it. It is so happy. I feel like this is the thing that a person who every time you see them, they seem to be happy and upbeat. I feel like this is that fragrance. It is Ellis 360 Red. This one has a high sillage, a high projection. It just smells so, and the first thing I get from it, it reminds me of a big happy apple, a big happy red apple. I don't think it has apple in it, but let's review here. The top notes are cyclamen. Oh, it came out in 2003. It's been around a while. The top notes are cyclamen, orange leaf. I believe orange leaf I smell. Plum. Yes, I think I smell plum. And then the middle notes are orange blossom. That's probably one of the things I like about it, because I love orange blossom. Orchid, mimosa, jasmine, and the base is amber and musk. So I don't really smell very many of those notes in this fragrance. I just smell happy, floral, with some strong, fruity something. It's not really sweet though, you know? This reminds me of a happy day at an amusement park, or just like a person who, this reminds me of, I used to work as a floral designer, and this one lady used to come in and buy individual roses for the children in her group, and she would, you know, for their little recitals that they would have. And so I'd wrap them up individually, and I'd do a really pretty little ribbon on them. But this lady, this reminds me of what that lady would wear, because she just had this air of happiness and just how she wanted to help the children, and she wanted to do something really nice for the children. It was just very like the right thing a sophisticated person would do. Something really nice, you know. It's just, I really like it. And I know it's one of those, you know, it's just, what, 20 years old now. So this is a classic already, and I just discovered it like last year. I got it at the duty free when I was traveling in the United States and US and Canada last year. And I really like it. And I know there are tons of these Ellis 360s versions, you know. Yeah, so Ellis 360 Red. I just love it. I really love it. Okay, and this next one is for my super classic ladies and gents. I know it's ladies and gents. Classic Bellodgia. This is, look, it's like almost full. This is my classic Bellodgia. This is pure perfume. It's a 1/4 ounce. I've had this forever. I assume it was given to my mother by one of my aunts, I guess, who maybe she didn't like it, because my mother wouldn't buy this for herself. It would have been like $100 for this, you know, even in like 1970 or whatever. But I couldn't find this particular bottle. But it's definitely perfume, and it's definitely perfume. Distributed by Caron Corporation, New York, New York, 10019. But this as old as it is, it still smells perfect. And Bellodgia is one of those, it's carnation, by the way. Ah, if you like carnation, this one, Bellodgia, it is just so incredible. And the fragrance still smells amazing. I mean, and this is a very, very vintage bottle. Now, Bellodgia came out in 1927. It's considered an amber fragrance, which I'm surprised, but the top notes are carnation and rose. That's it, carnation and rose. And man, the carnation comes through thick and strong. It's fantastic. I love it. I love carnation. And rose. I think I smell rose in there. Yeah, I smell some rose. And then mids, violet, jasmine, and lily of the valley. Yeah. Some lily of the valley comes through. Maybe some jasmine. I don't know about violet because I've never smelled a violet that actually smelled. And when I used to work as a floral designer, we had violets there in the garden center area, and they never had any fragrance. So I have yet to smell a violet that has fragrance, but they are certainly mentioned a lot in fragrance. But you know, a lot of things like cyclamen, for instance, something else here. I've never known cyclamen to have any fragrance, so I don't know. But yeah, Bellodgia. And this is a very classic fragrance. This is one of those fragrances that probably, I had a thought about this the other day, and this might be kind of morbid, and I apologize if so, but I sold this behind the counter in the late 80s, and it was one of those that came back. We had a few bottles through the year, but it wasn't one of those that people were coming to buy a lot. It was an older fragrance that they knew they had the clientele that would come back every Christmas or for birthday and buy it for their mother, their grandmother, whoever that is. Now that was a long time ago, in the 80s, right? So those people that were the die-hard Bellodgia customers of the day, I don't think any of them are still alive. If there are, there is just a few out there. So I feel like since everyone who loved this fragrance, all the people who knew this fragrance, you know, when it was popular, those folks have passed away. Who's this for now? I think this is for anybody who wants to wear it, especially the young generation, because it's an opportunity for the young generation to discover something incredible from the past. So yeah, Bellodgia. It's a very strong, all right. So consider Bellodgia. It's still around, I believe. I think so. Maybe I better check that out. If it's not, I'll let you know. Okay, Bellodgia by Caron. Okay, and my last one, it's almost over. Is not a fragrance. Actually, it is a fragrance. Never mind. I'll just show you. I'll tell you. Okay, this one, I normally wouldn't choose this fragrance for a spring or summer fragrance. It's a bit stronger. And in fact, I have said before, this fragrance smells a lot like Baccarat Rouge 540, which I think is more of a fall winter fragrance if you're going by that, if you're going by with the stronger fragrances. So I have Baccarat Rouge 540, but I don't really wear it very often. It's very strong and I really like it. But what I actually use a lot instead is In the Stars from Bath & Body Works. And not the eau de toilette, not the eau de parfum, the body spray. And the reason why I think this body spray is nice for the spring and summer is if you want something that's a little bit on the more ambery smelling side, but and it's sexy, you know, yet you just want something that is, it's lighter. It's a lighter, sexy fragrance. I wore this all the time last summer. I wore it a lot. Yeah, but it's not as strong as Baccarat Rouge 540, and it has a freshness to it that I don't think Baccarat Rouge 540 has. And probably the Eau de Toilette doesn't either, or the Eau de Parfum. But this does. And you can be really, liberal with it. Spray it all over. Spray it all over yourself multiple times. You know how body sprays are. You got to reapply. So, it's not probably as long, doesn't have as much longevity or projection as the Eau de Toilette or Eau de Parfum. But I think it's really nice for one of those things that you're showing a lot of skin in the summertime. This is the kind of thing that you just spray it all over. And I'm not, what do they call it? I think maybe they consider me a sissy sprayer. What's her name? Michelle over at Curly Fragrances. Don't be a sissy sprayer, she says. But listen, I am not spraying 16 sprays. That's what she recommends. But this I do. This I do. Because it is very light, and it just, and another thing I want to tell you about it. Don't forget lotion in the summer. And your layering, your ability to layer using lotions and fragrances. And not only that, but this gives off a lot of the fragrance, and it's true to the fragrance. It's true to the fragrance. It is the In the Stars lotion. I got it at the same time. But, you put on a lotion first, and then you follow up with the fragrance. That's layering. There, it's more advanced too. You can do more things to make layering better. But yeah, this is really nice. You get a little more of the base notes, I think. I didn't even tell you the notes in this. Okay, sorry. The top note is tangerine. Only one top note. The middle notes are sandalwood and starflower. And the base notes are white oud, amber, and musk. So yeah, I think it's a heady, sensual, yet light fragrance. And it's really nice with the lotion. Even the lotion on its own is nice. But I think the two, it's a nice summer combo, You put the lotion on. You're going to put lotion on anyway. Use this lotion, spray on the stuff, the body spray. Yeah, I think it's like a really nice combo. And that's probably the case in the summer for a lot of body sprays, They do something that the fragrances, the Eau de Toilettes or the Eau de Parfums or the pure perfumes don't. They add a freshness that somehow when you're using regular fragrance, it doesn't really have the freshness, I don't know. Maybe you disagree. And if you do, let me know. That's fine too. So that's it. 7 spring summer transition fragrances. Anyways, I hope you like it. I hope you like these fragrances. I know they're not the normal ones that everyone sees at Sephora all the time. But I think that it's kind of interesting to hear about some of these fragrances that are around that maybe people don't hear about as often. So thank you very much for coming to see me. And if you like this, please give it a like. If you like fragrance and cosmetics and skincare videos, please consider subscribing. And I'll see you next time.